Hi, good evening, guys. So, we're gonna go and do an affirmation together. And like I told you guys, each thing, we're gonna do different affirmations together so that way we can both work on each other. And I really hope that this helps you guys because this has helped me a lot. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna expand a little bit more. So, let's go and begin. So, we're gonna go and say our name and then the affirmation. We're gonna do this 3 times, guys. So let's go do this. All right. So Molly, work the room in your favor. Molly, work the room in your favor. Molly, work the room in your favor. So I hope you guys came along and you guys said your guys' name, and we like to hear our names. So I really hope that if you don't like your name, over time, you're gonna like your name. So let's go into more on how to work the room in, how I worked the room in my favor. And this will help you guys to work the room in your guys' favor. So let's go and begin here. So I went in, if you guys don't know, I'm an entrepreneur and I have a lot of things planned out, and I have a business called Unicorn Magic Organizing where I do professional organizing, cleaning, and I'm in the beginning stages. I've been in business in 1 year, guys, and this is my 2nd year in, and I'm gonna go and do a lot of different content for you guys. So this is going to be one of them, but I have several other content that I'm very excited for you guys. But what I have learned when I went and did this affirmation on how to work the room in my favor is that before you go in any situation and you feel like there is anxiety rolling in because it's a brand new situation, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna breathe in your nose and then breathe out your mouth. You're gonna be doing this 3 times. And this has really helped me calm my nerves and whatnot when it comes to a brand new situation. Or let's say you woke up with anxiety, you're in high stress of this new situation and you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through it. This is what's gonna work. And I woke up that day with, this is my 3rd vending event, and I've always had dreams to be in sales. Like, I've always wanted to be in sales, but for some reason that certain day I was having anxiety, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I cannot go and say I cannot do this because I already signed myself up, and it's gonna look bad on me if I say I can't because I have anxiety issues. And so I went and really did this before I walked out of my car, and I was doing this the entire way driving to the event, and this really helped me. And the 2 things that I did before I walked out of my car was that I went and said, work the room in my favor. And I did this several times. Then after, I told myself, I am radiant, confident, wealthy. And this really helped me to get myself together and to be able to walk out of the car at this point, because I was anxiety ridden and whatnot, because I was just really, I don't really know why, because I have dreams to be in sales work and dreams to be an entrepreneur, and then all of a sudden this anxiety's hitting me. But there are just some days it just happens, and if you are like me, this really helps you out, guys. In high stress situations, or just brand new situation, because some people are not comfortable in brand new situations. And so yeah, this is the way to go. All right, so so I did the deep breath, and then you do the affirmation. Now when I go and walk into the room, this is something I've realized, that you have to do your confident walk. Right when you do your walk and people see you, they have an automatic idea about you, and that is it. And so what I've done when I was a teenager, I went and practiced this certain walk, this confident walk. And a lot of people have told me when I walk in a building, I look as if that I own this building. And it's, you know, everyone says they love this walk. And when I'm not up to my, my absolute best, I do this walk still because I have practiced this when I was a teenager. And so at this point, it is muscle memory. And so I just do it and it's automatic. And immediately when people look at me, they're like, oh yeah, she's confident because she's doing that walk. And so this is kind of something that I have learned, and I told somebody about it because they didn't know. And I was like, yeah, like right when someone like sees you walking on the street, they automatically know, are you confident or not? And it's just an immediate thing. So if you went and practice this walk and you just automatically do it, people will think you're confident. And so I also would practice like as if I like to sit in a chair. So I would go and practice as if when I sit in a chair, this chair is meant for me, for no one else but for me. And so I kind of practiced this when I was younger. And so when I got older, immediately I would just sit in my chair as if it was meant for me. I wouldn't go and struggle pulling out a chair and then sit on it or, you know, in a certain way. No, I went and practiced it so that way when I pull out a chair, it's very, it's very easy and it's fluid, the motion, and then I sit in it as if this is meant for me. And so immediately people have this certain idea about me. And so this is something that I have realized. And so yeah, all throughout my life that I've done this certain walk, and people are like, oh my goodness, I love that walk. And so yeah, I do that walk, and yeah, everyone tells me like, dang, like you own this building. And I'm like, yeah, like it's that walk, guys. It's that walk, very important. So just practice that confident walk. Whatever you view a confident walk is, just practice it. And so when you are feeling down on a certain day, you're just automatically going to do it. And same thing with sitting in a chair. You're automatically going to just do it. Now, another thing is that I realized that making eye contact is so crucial. And, you know, everyone says this. Like, everybody knows this and whatnot. But sometimes you don't realize it when you're not looking in people in the eye, like when you're not looking people in the eye. And so I didn't know I was not doing this. And I thought I was doing it, but I was not. And I realized that now that I'm older is that when I was a child and certain adults that I looked up to, that I really loved and whatnot would look me in the eye like this, and then they would stare at me and tell me I'm a bad person. And this went and like really like ingrained it in me when I was a child. So as an adult, I guess I was not looking people in the eye, and I didn't know this. I would go and look at people in their direction, like, you know, near or whatever their eyes, but I guess I was not looking in the eye. And I didn't know this, that I was not even doing this until I asked myself, Molly, what's their color eye? I wouldn't be able to say it. And so that's kind of how you test yourself. Are you looking people in the eye? Ask yourself, do you know what color eye do they have? And so this really helped me realize on how I'm gonna go and look people in the eye. And now when I look people in the eye, it does not even bother me anymore. I went and told myself multiple times, I'm not a bad person. And those people were projecting things in me when I was younger, and those things are not true. And, you know, when you get older, you make new beliefs for yourself and realize that you create your new beliefs. Like, nobody else is going to do it. And so I went, and now I can look people in the eye. And, you know, you can go and practice this, like, because this is a skill, guys. This is a skill. I didn't know this about myself until like, you know, recently when I started entrepreneurship, that what you can do is you go into like, you know, somewhere you're comfortable with, and you make eye contact with people. So you're in a comfortable setting, and just practice this skill, guys. And when you're in brand new situations, then it's automatic, and you'll just know what to do. Like it'll become so naturally to you. It won't even bother you. It won't trigger you because you've practiced it multiple times in comfortable settings. And just go into like a restaurant or something that you like, and you just practice this. So this is something that I have learned, is to make eye contact. It's a huge deal, guys. And then another thing that I have learned is to greet people. So I have like greeted people and whatnot, but I didn't know how to greet people in the proper way. So if you're an entrepreneur in the business world, this is so important. And if you want to be successful, period, at all, this is something you're just gonna have to learn. So when you greet people, you do small talk, and small talk is a skill you have to learn, because how my brain works is that I'm a very blunt person. I'm very straightforward, and if you have an objective in your mind and you just go for it, then you people are going to be turned off, and they're going to walk away, or they're going to think you're disrespectful, and it really limits your opportunities rolling in for you. I've realized this. And so what I have noticed is to greet people by saying, how are you? Don't start off with your objective, because people are going to walk away and get upset or think you're disrespectful. So ask, how are you? And then usually people say, I'm good, I'm fine, or the weather is beautiful, something like that, or it's cloudy, it's rainy, whatever. This is what most people say. Almost like 90%, I realized, say I'm good. So what I realized is you have to expand upon this. If you want opportunities rolling in for you, and you want this conversation going, you got to expand and say, like when they say I'm good, what you're going to do is, before you go out, you're going to visualize, and you're going to come up with 3 things to ask right after when someone says I'm good. Whatever questions that you want to ask, and that expands on whatever. And then when the time comes, you'll know exactly what to say, and you're gonna go and be able to carry the conversation. So I used to say myself, I'm good, because that's what I was taught. Everyone else does that, and so I just did that. And then the conversation ends, and you just went and limited yourself so much by doing this. And I realized that, and so I'm stopping myself, and I'm gonna go and get those opportunities that I want, because I want to work with people, and I want to go and, you know, make a better world. I honestly need to learn on how to expand when people say I'm good. And so when instead of you saying I'm good, expand upon it. Say something that you're excited for, or say something that you're going to do for the weekend, or say something brand new that you're trying, something on those lines. And that's going to go and start up a real conversation, and you'll get to learn each other more, and it'll be more not as awkward and whatnot. Because in my mind, I thought small talk is awkward, and I would avoid it like nobody's business. But I realized that in the business world, if I want to be successful and I really want to make whatever businesses that I do, I need to learn how to do this. And so this is kind of what I have done, is to go and realize on how to expand. I'm good, whatever people say, and then don't say I'm good, expand more onto why you're good to people. and then opportunities will be rolling in. And so this is something that I really want you guys to understand, because I think a lot of people don't know this, and probably we're doing certain greetings the way that I used to do it. And so, yeah, so just so you guys know, like, this is how you do it. So, another thing is that when you're saying your greeting, let's say that you did it and then you're about to walk off, say their name. Say their name, because when you go and say someone's name, they know that you listened and you gain respect by people. I didn't know this. So apparently you gain respect if you say their name and you can remember it, and you can remember them and be able to greet them immediately when you walk in. So there's that. And then another thing is that I've learned when I walk in a room, I've noticed that I used to be very much in my head, like whatever issues that roll in my head, I mule over it all day long. And so I'm missing opportunities, because I have an example. So when I go to the grocery store and you have to go to the cashier because checkout is taken, it's all full, you got to go to the cashier now. And I've noticed that I will go and think over my issues, and I don't even interact with them, and I don't know how to engage with them because I'm thinking about this or that. And so I probably look unapproachable, nobody wants to talk to me and whatnot. Or when they talk to me, I say I'm good, and then that's it. And I just limited myself big time. And I didn't know this till recently that I was doing that, because there was one point where I was waiting in line at the cashier, and this lady was in front of me, and she was doing exactly what I've been doing for years. And I'm like, that's what I look like. Wow. Yeah, I look stressed. I look like I'm done with life. And I look like I am unapproachable, and nobody wants to be near me because I got all these issues. Because that lady looked like she was just done. Like she wanted to be out of there and she hated life. And so I'm like, yeah, so that is just limiting yourself. Like, you don't even know how much you're limiting yourself when you're so much in your head. And, you know, I've only recently learned this during my entrepreneurship and whatnot. And I would look at other people, I'm like, wow, that literally was me. Like, I would behave in that way. And I didn't know this because I was so much in my head. And now I look at it from far back, I'm like, wow, like, I didn't know that. So just guys, go to the grocery store and see, just observe, and you'll see if, is that you? Is that you? Are you limiting yourself? Are you really limiting yourself? Ask yourself that question, because honestly, I did not even know this about myself till recently. Now, another thing that I have learned is that after the event, or whatever situation that you are in, for me, I was at a vending event, I went and realized that I need to exit. And my first vending event, I didn't know all these things. So I just went and walked off. I went and like packed my stuff, and then I up and left. And apparently, no, you should not be doing that. Like, what you need to do is pack your stuff, or whatever it is event, and what you're going to do is you're going to go back, and you're going to go and give your undivided attention to each of the people. And you're going to go and, well, the people that you met, like if there's thousands, yeah, that's not going to work. But if there's like a few here and there, give them your undivided time, okay? And you're going to go and kind of go and say your goodbyes. and you're gonna go and let them know, hey, I appreciate you inviting me, blah blah blah, or whatever how you got to this event, whatever it is. And you're gonna go and say your goodbyes, and always say your name. Always say your name, guys, because you say their name, because that way they know that you are listening to them. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to know this, because I didn't know this till recently, that's what I need to be doing, because I am limiting myself if I do not go back and say my goodbyes and say I appreciate them and say their name again. And also another thing I have learned is that if I get a certain energy from people that they don't like me, I have this, what I used to do was just walk away, and I wouldn't even interact with them. But in the business world, or if you want to be successful, you're just gonna have to suck it up. And what you need to do is you treat them exactly the same way as your goodbyes with the other people. So you're gonna go to each and every one of those people and say your goodbyes. And it's only like 10 or 15 seconds of your time. So just do it, because that way they have no reason why to go and tell everyone why why they shouldn't work with you for whatever reason. Because they could go and tell everyone, they didn't say their goodbyes or whatever, and don't work with this person. No, they have no reason why to dislike you if you just say your goodbyes to them. Okay, so you want a reputation where you respect them, and doesn't matter if they don't like you. Like, just be polite back, because there should be they have no reason why to say, oh, they're not a polite person, don't work with them. So guys, this is a big one that I have learned. So yeah, because I used to really have this thing where if they didn't like me, oh, whatever. But no, I have to be polite. I have to learn to get over it and to really work the room in my favor. I can't go and select people. No, I need to make the room work for me. Okay? And so this is how you do it. You have to be able to go to everyone. Does not matter if they like you or not. Just suck it up. And then you're gonna go and make sure that everyone sees you. And they really notice that you want to work with them. People will see it, guys. And you know what? I get invited back to new things and new opportunities, because let me tell you guys, for the first vending event, I didn't really know anyone. I didn't learn people. And so there was no invitation for other new opportunities. But I did it for the second and third. There was invitations coming in, meaning lots of abundance and lots of opportunity coming in. And I know there's gonna be plenty more opportunities rolling in, because I've learned this and how to work the room in my favor.